Heather from Tomatoes, Poppies, and Everything Gardening. Welcome back. Today's video is going to be about Japanese beetles, and it's that time of year where they are just crazy here in East USA. I'm in Central Virginia, Zone 7. I'm sure that in other parts of the country, you will experience the Japanese beetles maybe a little earlier, a little bit later than me. But I had my neighbor come over yesterday, and she wanted to know, Heather, what do you use to control the Japanese beetles? And I thought about it for a second, and I could have been a jerk. I could have come in here to the garage, which is where I am right now, and I could have offered her this. And this is a trap. It has pheromones in it that will attract Japanese beetles, and they will go inside of that bag because there's a pheromone little cartridge at the top. They fall into the bag and they just kind of die. They get trapped. They can't get back out. The problem with these traps is that they can attract, it might say on here somewhere, for like miles. I would say a mile. Maybe more, maybe less. I don't know. I didn't read it before I started the video. So I used these bags. There's several left in this package. I used them, I know I did 2020, I know I did 2021. And then last year, I wanted to see if I could make a difference by not using them, because I kind of felt like I was attracting just whole new families to come live in my yard. Because what happens is once the beetles do all their procreation and feeding and whatever they're going to do, it's a very short window, I would say 2 to 3 weeks. The larvae go into the ground and they kind of live the winter as grubs. And when you're digging, say fall, winter, early spring, you come across these little fat, white, grubby looking ugly things. Those could be other beetles, but they're possibly Japanese beetles. So when I do that, I give those to the birds. I put them in the bird feeder. Anyways, so I didn't do this at all. And I'm not like highlighting any specific company. There are other companies too. Same principle. Didn't do it last year. This year, yes, I have a lot of Japanese beetles. I think it's significantly less. So I'm not going to use the traps anymore. I'm just going to do the natural method. And so that's what I recommended to my neighbor. I wasn't a jerk. I didn't give her this because this would have taken all of my Japanese beetles over to her house. And I would have felt bad about that. So I didn't do it. So what I told her to do is get like a shallow dish, fill it with some water, put a little soap in there, and between say 6 and 8 p.m. when they're kind of docile and just kind of laying around on the plants, kind of dozy, you can just flick them into the soapy water. And that's what we're going to go do right now. So let's get started. Some of the plants the Japanese beetles love are roses, anything in the mallow family, rose of Sharon, hollyhocks, marshmallow plant, let me think, the hardy hibiscus, they love those, and that's what you're looking at right now. You can see there's quite a few there up at the top, and they do seem to prefer top foliage and then kind of work their way down. Of course, they could be anywhere on your plant. You just have to go looking. Literally, they just kind of get startled and they kind of fall into your water. Don't know if you've noticed that. I do have to shake a little though to kind of get them in the direction of falling into the water. Hopefully that's not too jarring for you guys to watch that. They also like cherry trees, cherry foliage on cherry trees. So here's my Okami cherry. You can see they are kind of swarming up there. And maybe I didn't wait until late enough in the evening on this particular day. But you can see they've made patterns in the leaves. And there I am collecting a few. And they, at the right time of night, they just kind of get a little startled. And instead of flying away, they kind of just fall downward into your water, into your soapy water. Unfortunately, this does kill the beetle. If you had chickens or birds you want to feed, you could rinse the soapy water off and then feed those to your chickens. And here's a rose of Sharon. And let's see. There is a product called Milky Spores, and you do your own research. I did my own research. I decided not to use that product in my yard for several different reasons. But that is another option that some people do, and some people do like those trap bags. I just noticed a great improvement when I stopped using those. I didn't have as many Japanese beetles. And here's another hardy hibiscus. But they've kind of damaged that flower. They do like to eat the flowers too. And I was going to just remind you, watch out for bees. Here in a second you're going to see that we almost bother a poor little bee, but I see that it is a bee in time and don't shake it. So guys, that's all for this video. I hope it was helpful. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great gardening day. Bye.